Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Superman Lois Season 4. Today we're going to be talking about the series finale because we got the photos and the synopsis for the finale. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Okay, so the series finale is coming out this coming Monday. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. It is actually happening. It's bittersweet, but obviously looking forward to the episode nevertheless. So let me know down in the comments below, how excited are you to see the series finale on Monday? And also if you have any Q&A questions you want to send in for some videos I'm trying to upload every day until the series finale. So lots of Superman and Lois content coming this week. Leave your Q&A questions in the comments down below. Maybe to do with how you think Superman and Lois will end, any theories to do with the characters and maybe their endings, how they wrap things up, how Lex is going to be defeated, anything like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's main topic. So we're going to break down the synopsis first for the episode, officially titled It Went By So Fast. So we talked about the series finale trailer in yesterday's video. Go check that out if you haven't watched it. But that trailer revealed a lot because it was a long trailer. They made it specifically for the finale so that fans are hyped when going into this episode. So the title of the episode is very fitting because it did go by so fast, even though Superman Lois has been on since around the pandemic time. So it debuted in 2021, so kind of just like when things were slowly starting to get back to normal, and it's been with us for a long time since then. Obviously we had a big gap between season 3 and season 4, but we've had like 10 episodes in a row. Obviously the first 2 episodes were back to back, and it does feel a bit unfortunate that it only got to go for 4 seasons because it definitely could have gone on for a lot longer. We know that they plan to make it run for like 7 seasons at least. That was like the minimum they were thinking about, but obviously due to circumstances they had to cut it down and it had to be 4 seasons in total. And they obviously got 10 episodes for the final season, and I think that's actually the perfect amount because they have done such a good job this season. So without further ado, let's go ahead and break down this synopsis for the epic series finale. So it begins like this. The Kents fight with everything they have as Luthor makes his final move on Smallville. So that is the synopsis. It's as simple as that, literally one line, which is then followed by the confirmation that this episode was written by the showrunners of the show, Brent Fletcher and Todd Helbing, and was directed by Gregory Smith, who obviously is the older brother of the actor who played Jimmy Olsen in Superman Lois recently. So let's break this synopsis down. So the Kents fight with everything they have. Obviously everything they have is, you know, the boys, they have powers, they've got to step up, and they realize this in this episode, and Clark, more importantly, is going to have to realize he can't protect them anymore. He's going to have to trust that they can protect him as well and play a part in stopping Lex Luthor, because it's going to be a huge struggle if Superman is to take down Lex just by himself, because clearly he is not strong enough right now, and that's going to be a big help that he's going to have some other superpowered beings along with, say, John Henry Irons and Natalie, and we know that Lana's in the episode, so they're going to be coming up with ways of potentially defeating Lex in the episode. But definitely it's all going to be centered on the Kents, as it always is, as they fight with everything they have as Luthor makes his final move on Smallville. Now, we know that he has gone crazy. He sent Doomsday after Smallville, after all the residents, because they turned their back on him. Obviously, that's very irrational, but that is Lex Luthor at the end of the day. And this Luthor is ruthless at times, and he definitely is going to be going after Lois, as we saw in the trailer. He is going to be wanting to kill Lois, just like straight up. But Superman and everyone else that is going to be back in Superman is going to be standing and making their final stand against Lex Luthor in this episode. So let's move on to the photos, because that is all that there is in the synopsis. Short but sweet. And so the first photo that we've got and this is a great photo. Superman is battered. He is standing here in the middle of Smallville with the orange hue on his face. Obviously that's because it's set at sunset. That's where we left off last episode, and we're going to continue right after that. But I think the makeup looks great. I have to say that with the blood and everything, it really looks like he is battered. Obviously he hasn't been that hurt compared to before, because obviously you can see his suit, it's not torn to shreds like it was before when he was fighting Doomsday. And as I mentioned in yesterday's video, somehow they're going to have to defeat Doomsday early on, because the trailer actually focuses mainly on Lex and Lex in his Lexo suit. So at some point early in the episode, they're going to have to figure out a way to stop Doomsday. But we can all appreciate a great photo like this of Tyler standing in his Superman costume in Smallville as he looks on at someone. I guess it could be Lex, it could be Doomsday, I'm not really sure. But let's move on to the next photo. After this, we got this amazing photo, which also we saw in the trailer, where Clark and Lois have a conversation, a very tense conversation, seemingly about the boys and them stepping up, and how Clark wants to protect them, but he has to accept that no, they're grown up now, and he's going to have to trust that they can step up and protect themselves. But as I said with the last photo, we can appreciate an amazing photo like this. It's absolutely chaos in the streets of Smallville. There's fire everywhere, there's smoke everywhere. Superman, once again, all battered up. And you got to admire Lois standing in the middle of all this chaos, face to face with Superman, telling him what's what in the heat of the battle. Now, I don't know where Lex is at this point or anything, but you can presume danger is not far away. Now, talking of great photos, look at this photo. We got Superman standing tall over maybe Lex or over Doomsday, and you got the boys backing him up in the background. Got Jordan near the bottom of the photo, and I presume that is Jonathan in the background behind Superman. Just what a photo. And I also should point out the confidence in which obviously Tyler stands as Superman. That's just, you know, the iconic Superman kind of look, but it also proves he's not scared. I think at this point in the episode, maybe he's overcome that fear of, okay, I've got to protect everyone, but I also have to look out for myself. And, you know, he needs to find a way to become stronger, which we see in the trailer. He goes up to the sun, he absorbs the yellow sun radiation, which is, I presume, someone else's idea, and potentially he gets stronger, and maybe even the boys get a little boost of that energy, and so they're able to actually stand off against Lex in his Lexo suit. Now, moving on to the next photo after this, we've got the boys, Jordan and Jonathan, in the middle of all this chaos with the burnt out car in the background, the shop on fire, and they're standing here looking quite intently at someone. Now, this could be Superman or it could be Lex, I have no idea. Again, the context of all of this is, yeah, chaos is going on in Smallville, and there's rubble and fire and everything everywhere. Now, one of the most interesting photos comes next, and this is of Superman, who is lying down on the ground. Now, his suit looks exactly the same as the other photos, so this could be from before all those photos that we talked about, or it could be after, but clearly he's been knocked down really hard, presumably by Doomsday. It could be Lex Luthor. And we know that Lex is going to be extremely strong, and he's going to have some weapons that are laced with kryptonite, so he's definitely going to be able to knock Superman down occasionally. And I presume at this point he's not gone up to the sun, because otherwise he wouldn't be this defeated on the ground. But the way that Lois looks at him, the fear that you see on her eyes, you can't help but think about the start of the season when Lois went up to him, touched his chest, and obviously saw that his heart was missing. It's a great repeated image that we've seen before, and naturally when you see a photo like this, you think, okay, is Superman dead? Is he mortally wounded? Is he okay? Is he gonna get up? Is this just like a brief moment where he's been knocked down and is Lois just looking out for him? Well, more likely than not, yeah, he's gonna be okay, because this is the series finale of Superman and Lois, and we can't really go out with Superman dead. I mean, technically you could, but that's not really the best way, or the way that I envision the show is going to go out. Now, one of the coolest photos is the next one, because I think this is like a proper action shot photo, and you've got Lois, Lana, and John Henry Irons standing in front of the Gazette, and they're standing here all confident, hair flowing in the wind, and John Henry's got one of his mechanized gloves on, I guess you could call it, so it seems he's going to be somewhat of a help, and Lana is here presumably for maybe some brains, and we know in the trailer that they get an idea about how they could potentially stop Lex, and Lois is going to be here throughout pretty much the entire episode. She's not running away from any of this. Now, the final photo is this of Superman. Again, another awesome photo. Just look at him. Again, look at that makeup. I mean, that looks really realistic if I'm being honest. And he is here with the boys and he is talking to them as a leader, but also as their father and as someone that is going to have to put full trust in his boys to finally step up and fight alongside him. But that pretty much does it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy the video, of course, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there. Also, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And once again, I want to remind you guys, we're going to have plenty of Superman Lois Season 4 Series Finale videos up in the next few days, whether it's to do with the ending or anything else. So don't go anywhere, and for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.